Wife said her old writing partner, who she'd lost contact with, wanted to collaborate again on their book that got published without her. Then I found messages showing they've been sleeping together for months while pretending it's her work conference. My wife Sienna told me over dinner that her old writing partner from college had reached out after 5 years of silence. His name was Elliot, and they'd co-written a novel together in their MFA program. When they graduated, Elliot took the manuscript and submitted it to publishers without her knowledge. It became a moderate bestseller. Her name was nowhere on it. She said she was too broke to fight it legally, and he'd kept all the drafts on his computer. Now, Elliot wanted to make things right, credit her on the paperback reissue, and collaborate on a sequel. Sienna's eyes lit up telling me this. She'd always said writing that book was the best creative work she'd ever done, and losing it crushed something inside her. He wants to fly me out to Portland for a writing retreat, just a weekend to outline the sequel. I told her I was happy for her. She deserved this. She flew out that Friday, sent photos of his apartment with the writing setup, 2 desks facing each other with a whiteboard covered in plot notes. She called me that night sounding excited. We mapped out 12 chapters already. She came home Sunday glowing and talked about the book non-stop. 2 weeks later, she said Elliot wanted another weekend session. The story was flowing too well to lose momentum. I said of course. This time she sent fewer photos, called once instead of twice, texted goodnight at midnight instead of 10. I noticed but said nothing because I didn't want to be the insecure husband who couldn't handle his wife having a male creative partner. The third trip was a Thursday to Monday stretch because apparently they needed extra time for a pivotal section. She told me it was technically a work conference since Elliot's publisher was involved and might fund the sequel. When she came home, she went straight to the shower. She'd never done that before. Usually she'd drop her bags and find me to talk. That night she was on her phone constantly smiling at the screen, then tilting it away when I walked by. Tuesday morning she left her laptop open on the kitchen counter while she went running. I wasn't snooping. I was going to close it so the cat wouldn't walk on the keyboard, but the screen showed their shared Google Doc, except it wasn't a manuscript. It was their message thread disguised as a document titled Chapter Notes, Sequel Draft. The first message from Elliot. Last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about you. Sienna's response. I know. I almost told him when I got home, but I can't yet. I scrolled up. Months of messages hidden inside a fake writing document. Hotel rooms. Inside jokes about their sessions. Elliot saying he'd loved her since college and that stealing the book was his biggest regret because it drove her away. Sienna telling him she'd never stopped thinking about him and that marrying me was her way of trying to move on from losing both the book and him. That line destroyed me. I read message after message for 40 minutes. Every Portland trip was a lie. Every phone call about the sequel was a performance. The whiteboard photos were staged, so I'd believe the cover story. There was no publisher involvement, no work conference, no sequel, just the two of them in his apartment. I heard her key in the front door. She walked in sweaty and saw me at the counter. She saw the screen. Her face cycled through confusion, then recognition, then terror. It's not what it looks like, she started. It's a Google Doc called Chapter Notes where you tell another man that marrying me was settling. What else could it look like? She sat down slowly. I was going to tell you. When? After the next work conference? The book is real. We are writing together and sleeping together. She didn't deny it, just sat there staring at the floor while tears hit the tile. How long? Since the first trip. My chest caved in completely. The very first weekend. The excited phone call about 12 chapters. The whiteboard photos. All of it was a lie from the very first day. He stole your book and you went back to him, I said. What does that say about what I meant to you? You meant everything. Clearly not. I grabbed my keys. At the door, I turned back. The saddest part is, I was genuinely proud of you. I told everyone my wife was finally getting the credit she deserved. I bragged about you to my whole family. I closed the door. The divorce papers came 3 weeks later. She didn't contest a single thing.